Why is PC so ass cheeks? Like, why? It's just simple shit. It's 2026. What's the damn point of fucking RDNA and all this advanced bullshit if you can't get simple shit right? Why is PC so ass cheeks? Ass cheeks, bro. It's ass cheeks. I promise you, PC's a fucking scam. It is the biggest scam ever created, bro. The world was fine without PC. We did things on pen and paper, fucking the cavemans with chisel and stone. What is wrong with the mic now? Now the mic fucking up too? Everything looks set. You're only hearing off one ear now? How the fuck does that happen? Are you serious? It's hold on. What the fuck? I think the PC fuck y'all PCs up too. I think y'all shit got set on mono. Why is PC so ass cheeks? I'll, if it wasn't for like PlayStation's stupid ass rules on communication, like where they'll like ban you and shit for just saying anything, you'll get like account banned. I would be doing my podcast over the PS5. So, over the last hour, because I hopped on an hour, well, more than 2 hours ago, so it was around 6. I jumped on my laptop because I wanted to pre-position, have some stuff ready to present to you guys as I go live. Some receipts. Now I have to find the damn shits again. But the PC kept freezing up. Now keep in mind, I have a laptop cooler as well. Because this motherfucker gets hot or whatever. But it kept freezing. Like I would, hold the power button to force it off. Give it a minute or two. Power it on. It boots up. And then window screen shows up. And then I start clicking an app. And boom, it starts freezing again. It did that 5 times. So, of course, went on my phone. Went to AI. I know everybody hates AI. But I went to Gemini. And it says it could be potential heat, so it's protecting the laptop, but the laptop wasn't hot yet. But then it says check your disk space, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't checked my disk space in a while, but I really don't have anything that uses up a lot of disk, and plus I have expanded memory. So most of the stuff for work, most productivity stuff, I put it on the D drive, so my C drive should be fine, right? And I have a 2 terabyte, SSD on here. And I don't have a lot of stuff. Like I said, I don't really play games on this. So I have no games installed on this, right? And when I do videos, I delete them. Like after I create them, because once I upload it onto YouTube, I delete them. I don't need it no more. the templates, you know, like the whatchamacallit, like the thumbnails. I keep those, but those are, you know, those are like small megs. It's not that big. But I said, all right, let me check the C drive. When I saw the C drive, it was almost 98% full. And I'm like, how is my C drive this full? I don't have nothing. I don't have a lot of apps. I don't have a lot of apps. So go to settings, you know, see what's full, sort it out. And one of my programs, right, Clipchamp, I use Microsoft Clipchamp to do a little bit editing. It was almost at 300 gigs. And I'm like, why is Clipchamp at 300 gig? What kind of program is this shit? This shit's worse than Call of Duty. The fuck are we talking about here, Clipchamp? 300 gigs. It pretty much taking up a good portion of my C drive. And I'm like, the fuck is going on here? Come to find out, when you edit Clipchamp and you export it into a file, it duplicates the file within the program. It's Microsoft's own editing tool. It's made by Microsoft. It's their own shit. So when you export, you know how I did the beginning. I haven't done that lately, but you know how I had my shout out to SPR, the beginning of grand opening, grand closing, and then it used to do the little door open or blurred into my video and stuff like that. Everybody used to do that. I used to Clipchamp for that. I haven't done it in a while, right? But anyway, once I set it up and all that stuff, and I click export, so it could create a complete video file, it will create it and it would put it in the folder, right? And then I would just edit, you know, the title, the name of the file into, you know, the title of the video, upload it onto YouTube, and then once YouTube got it uploaded and the video's live, I delete the file. So I'm thinking I'm deleting the Clipchamp file. No, Clipchamp made a copy and it stayed within Clipchamp in a separate folder that I even know it created. So when the video was exported, it would create the one in the folder, which I would access to upload to YouTube, and it had a subfolder. It's over 600 videos. These videos are gigs. What are we doing here? Why would it make another, like, 2 copies of the same video? No, that's another thing. I couldn't say they put a folder and compressed it. No, straight up using up it. It doesn't make sense. Why would a program, when you export it, do 2 copies and put in a folder that's not like visible? Because I had to find this shit. Because the program didn't have tools to clear itself out. That was the first thing I was looking for. I'm like, yo. So then I'm like, okay, where is this, whatever? And then I found this small-ass folder, and when I opened the folder, like 603 files. And I saw and scrolled down, and it's all the videos over the last 5 years since I've been using Clipchamp. 5 years of videos in this sucker. Just building and stacking. What the fuck is wrong with Microsoft? What kind of stupid program is that? I control all, delete. Because I control all, so that way it select every single file. Delete. It took like, no cap, like 9 minutes to delete everything. That's how much shit was on there. 9 minutes. That's how long. Think about it. Imagine deleting something. You have to sit there for like about 9 minutes. Unbelievable, bro. I was like, yo, it's 2026. Man, after this podcast or tomorrow, I ain't doing it today. I'm doing it tomorrow. I just got to thoroughly look at this laptop and do a thorough cleaning. And I don't do a lot of stuff. Imagine if I had games installed on this shit. Yo, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say this, bro. I have been consistently using Windows, I would honestly say, since early 2000. Right? 56K internet, net zero, right? So about 26 years. I know some people used it in the early 90s, mid 90s. I will say 2000, February 2000 to be in fact. Been using PC. And since then, been buying multiple PCs, mostly desktops. And then I got into laptops 2009 or something like that. But I bought desktops for my daughter, so she could have her own. Bought my own desktop. Bought laptops for work and stuff like that. And I can say PC and laptops has been the most undependable products I think I have ever owned in my life. I always have issues with PC. Or PC, screw that. PC has always been an issue to me. After like 2 years, like the first 2 years is like the honeymoon. But then after 2 years, slow down, crashes, screen doesn't work. Everything just turns into a brick. Just, it's always something with PC and laptops and stuff like that. Always. Always. I could never say I had a dependable PC for at least 5 years. Not one. Not all the PCs I bought, not one can I say lasted me 5 years. Not one. This one I bought in 2023. So 3 years. So who knows? I got 2 more years to see. Windows has been the most undependable piece of shit in the history of product. And there's been a lot of products that are trash. But man, and the crazy part is Windows has been the most accepted piece of shit in the history of products. Can we agree? Windows has been the most accepted piece of garbage in history. I don't think there's ever a product that is as much as failure as Windows, yet we just still deal with it. It's just how it is. My God. I do not believe one fucking PC gamer telling me that it's roses and honey in the land of PC. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. And I don't want to hear shit about, oh, you're ignorant to PC, whatever. Listen. That's how it should be. You don't see console gamers having to be experts in console technology to work a console. People don't, at least you're not really supposed to pay for a product. An expectation is you're some tech support for your own product. It should just work. Unbelievable. This dog shit platform. Like, God, like those of you who enjoy PC, man, more power to you guys, bro. More power to you. Because I'll be honest, there'll be times I'll be like, I'm just going to shut this YouTube channel down. That's how frustrating PC gets. I just be like, I'm just going to shut this shit down because this shit's getting old. I'm just getting tired of this shit. Dog shit. But anyway, welcome my friends, my family, my fellow gamers. The only friend these YouTube streets, Puertorock77. And we're here with another Friday Night Live. I apologize for the tardiness. Did not expect this. But hey, how's the mic sounding? As you notice, this is the new mic. This mic is also an XLR mic. but I'm using it through USB because I'm using NVIDIA Broadcast. That's what I've been using over the last couple of months to handle noise reduction and room echoing and stuff. And it's been pretty good. And then also this background is them. There's also a really good capability called Studio Voice, and it simulates high-end recording studio. The problem is I need a high-end GPU. The RTX, my laptop is a RTX 3050. You know, um, so I'm thinking of eventually upgrading my laptop. Probably getting a 5080. Yeah, I know it's gonna be expensive. Or maybe I'll just get a desktop, right, with a 5080, and then I'll be able to kill that studio. And it's supposed to mimic um, studio level quality thing. So listen. Where I gave up. I gave up on the audio. I'm going AI. Yes, AI slop. You guys are right now. The voice you're hearing is AI slop, and you will love it. He says, "Get a 5090, Bonnie. Use it for streaming." Yes, absolutely, absolutely, as I should, and it's gonna piss off everybody. Hell, what you call it? I think shout out to King Thrash. I think he got like a 5070, and he says he's just using it for podcasting and stuff, and everybody's pissed off at him. I never seen such a bunch of pocket watchers in the PC community. Like, holy cow, they're upset that the man is using his PC the way he wants to. I got a gaming laptop. Granted, it's not the best, but it is a bona fide gaming laptop. It's a Nitro 5. I'm not using this as a gaming laptop. This is my podcast PC. I've been done that. I've been done did it. But I do want to use this studio. You know? Let me show you on the screen. Let me see. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'll show you what I'm talking about. What's that? Is this right here? NVIDIA Broadcast. You know, it has some great tools and features and all that. Right? It's not bad. Also cleans up speaker effects and stuff. I haven't really messed with that yet because I'm trying to wonder if this will also clean up like when you guys hear the audio from like videos and stuff like that. So I'm gonna work on that. You know, but most of the content I show you is already cleaned up because it's usually from other podcasters that have great audio. But this is right here is what I use. This is the studio voice. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says enhanced quality to simulate high-end recording studio. Requires high-end GPU. Not recommended to use with games or GPU-intensive apps. So when you use that high-end studio, you can't really be playing games. So definitely not something you want to use while live streaming games and stuff like that, right? But for podcasting, oh, most definitely. Oh, most definitely indeed. Right. But I'm thinking, do I want to get a high end GPU or go desktop? And then just use this laptop. I'll probably go desktop. Because this laptop is absolutely perfect for work productivity in school. No issues at all. Even to be honest, for the most part, for podcasting, it's been really good, really smooth experience. Didn't have an issue um, with latency and stuff like that, or running multiple programs. You remember um, I'm sure you guys remember. Remember, like videos used to get stuck and everything used to be slow. And then when I switched out to the laptop, everything got smoothed out. So ended up pretty good. But I think if I want to go with that high in the studio, gotta get me a PC, a desktop. And I think a desktop's better because it's true. Um, Laptop GPU is definitely not the same as the desktop counterpart. It is, they are not. They are not. So like this is a 3050, but keep in mind this is a laptop 3050, not a desktop 3050. So yeah, yeah, perfect for work though. Probably one of the best laptops, and I bought a couple of laptops, primarily work related. But I said, you know what? Let me get a gaming laptop for the podcast and for work related. And it's been great. School has been great. So, believe it or not, a gaming laptop is probably the best laptop for everything. Usually, and it's weird, right? I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you look at laptops that are geared for work and productivity, so they have the integrated GPU, they probably have a good CPU and whatever, right? But they have a powerful integrated GPU and all that stuff, but it's specifically for work. But they're almost the same price as the gaming laptop, but nowhere near as powerful performant. And I'm like, why is work laptops costing almost the same as gaming laptops? Yet clearly it's not on the level of a gaming laptop. My man said, I don't even know who you are anymore. I'm your only friend these YouTube streets. Get a Mac. Some people say do that. Because they know they will pay. You know, that's a good point. Because I'll be, you know what? Good point. Good point, Beast 3149. Because most of my laptops, in fact, all of my until this laptop, all my laptops have been work laptops. It wasn't until somebody said, you know, a friend of mine recommended, don't buy a work laptop, get a gaming laptop. They're about the same and much more performant. And when I looked at the comparison, I'm like, holy shit, some of these work laptops are overpriced. They are. They are honestly overpriced hardware. You know, this laptop I bought for at the time $900. 900 or 800. Let's say 850. 850. But I spent 850 on work laptops and they were nowhere near, like, you know. So you're probably right. I think the consumer base, unless they know about gaming laptops, which most don't, well, I didn't really pay attention to it. You get scammed. You absolutely get scammed. Everybody says get a Mac. Everybody tells me the Mac OS is just so much better than Windows. Almost every person, and not almost every person that I know that switched to Mac have absolutely loved the decision. And they said they will not go back to Windows. Oh, that's the thing. I don't game on it. The reason why I didn't jump to Mac is only because in the industry I've been in, well, military, and then the industry that I'll be remaining is Windows heavy. So I don't know the integration in professional career Mac has. And I know some people, their careers, Mac has been great for them. I don't know how well it will be for me. Not sure. Let's kick it off with the viewer activity. Gordo P23. Let's hope PlayStation 6 has podcast tools. Boy, if only, right? But they're going to have to tone down their rules. I'm not trying to get my account banned. Just because, you know, I say some shit like, your mama knows. And then I get banned for saying that. Well, actually, me cursing. Glassdoor Gamer, thank you for the super chat. Why are outlets using Alania? Also switch to Linux. Switch to Linux. That sounds like I need a damn degree. Like, is Linux, like, what about all the productivity programs? Like Office and stuff like that. Do they all work on Linux? Slack, Google, all that stuff. Shout out to Anonymous Boss. Thank you for the super chat. This is a sickness. Yo, man, this is crazy, man. It's absolutely wild. Glassdoor Gamer. Check out Linux Mint. Your life will change. The name sounds cool. Linux Mint. Matt Wii Sports. Thank you for the super chat, Matt Wii Sports. Why not get a Mac? It's simple like a console. For real, for real. I'm about to. I'm thinking about it. I'm absolutely thinking about it. Galaxy Fur, thank you for the super chat. I got in 9 years out of my last two HP desktops I've owned. Went from a GT 230 to a GTX 1070 to the RTX 5080 this year for my new desktop. Really? I always thought HP, because some of the laptops and work laptops were from HP and I hated them. But then again, it's mass produced business bought ones. Interesting. And Major Claridge, shout out to you and already provided a membership to someone in the chat. So if you're a member, please give him a shout out and give him a follow. Give him a follow. Did you miss the Saros topic? No. Because for a good hour, my PC was dog shit. Doing stupid shit. Freezing. So I spent fixing it. Troubleshooting it. You missed my rant on how PC's a scam, though. You might have enjoyed it. You might not. Matt Weasley says, ask Dark for PC advice. Man, he buys his PC at Walmart. Never ask. Anybody who buys their PC at Walmart is a psychopath. You have to be an absolute psychopath to buy a PC from Walmart. That's like buying auto parts from Walmart. Gotta be a psychopath. You don't buy PCs and you don't buy auto parts from Walmart. Yeah, absolute psychopath trying to buy car parts in Walmart. They have a car section. All right, maybe like, the Armor All cleaner. Okay, maybe some, whatchamacallit, leather upholstery cleaner, carpet cleaner, tire cleaner. All right. But don't be looking for no goddamn AC compressor in that motherfucker. Maybe a windshield wiper. Yeah, Nick. 7537, But don't be buying no goddamn serpentine belt in that bitch. Don't be going, don't be going, or maybe like a tire, like a air compressor. All right, those little knickknacks. First aid kit, maybe a wrench. Don't be buying no goddamn starter from Walmart. Fucking psycho. You have to be psycho for that shit. Hoping Walmart carries spark plugs and ignition cables. Are you a psychopath? What is wrong with you? Psycho. That's some psycho shit. Absolute psycho. Shout out to Super West. Thank you for the super chat. Is the Saros sales number fake news? Yeah, we're going to talk about that. But now I'm going to have to... I'm going to have to find this shit. And I had it all set up. So let me show y'all something. So in the beginning, I thought Alenia Analytics was another reputable analytics firm. I really did. No cap. Right? Let me see something. Let me show you something. Right? Right? I honestly thought it was a reputable firm. Even somebody tried to call me out saying, is this you? And I'm not gonna lie, this image is real. It's not doctor. At the time, this was May of 2025. I don't remember what I posted, but early in 2025, I was using them. And somebody says, is this what people are calling their ass now? I'm like, no, it's an actual company. Why are you so butthurt over this? And it's Alien Analytics, right? And I read their website and I thought, okay, all right. Maybe it's an upcoming firm doing its things and stuff like that. So early 2025, maybe even before 2025, you'll probably see tweets of me, rocking with Alien Analytics. Not gonna lie on that one. But something changed. And I'm gonna tell you, is when this happened. Let me see. Let me find it. Let me set. Right? Okay. Now let me set the stage up. So what happened? Well, around September of 2025, a game called Metal Gear Solid Delta came out. Okay, Metal Gear Solid Delta came out. Right? Alenia Analytics said that based on their estimates, Metal Gear Solid Delta sold around 500,000 units in 6 days. And they did a chart and everything, right? Okay. Let me show you. So this over here to the right from the Alenia Insight newsletter, they show Metal Gear Solid 281K, and then eventually 281K during the month on PS5 right here. And I don't know if you could read it. Let me see if I could get it to you right here so you could read it, right? So if you see here, can I make it bigger for you guys? Anyway, but it says right over here, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater debuted on August 26th and sold 280K during the month on PS5. It now sold 400K cross-platform units across Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. The remix faithful recreation of MGS3, Hideo Kojima's 2004 classic, generated decent launch buzz, yet the sales curve suggests it may struggle to sustain momentum at its $70 price point. And then it tried to show Mafia, 2K, and whatever did better. Okay? So, 281K during the month, 500K cross-platform, right? On all platforms. But then something happened. Konami announced their numbers. Right? Let me show you this. When Konami did their official numbers, Konami said it sold 1 million in 24 hours. The fuck is we talking about here? The fuck is we talking about here? How are they that far off? From 500K to about like a week or so. And Konami says, shit, they did 1 million day one. The fuck is happening here? How the fuck were they so wrong in this bitch? How? 1 million in the first 24 hours. And I saw that. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You listen, you cannot be that far off when you thought a game sold 500,000 in over a week. And the company says, no, we did 1 million the first day. This shit is crazy. Now let me show you something that's even crazier. And this, peep this. Let me show you something. Let me find it. Okay. All right, let me go here. All right, this is their Twitter. All right. Now, of course, they clearly, in the newsletter and everything, they talked about Metal Gear, and they tweeted it out. So here's Alinea Analytics. Let me make sure I'm showing you this on the screen. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go to the search thing here, and I'm going to type in Metal Gear and see what pops up. We should see tweets on Metal Gear. Nothing from the top tweets, and on the latest, it's about Helldivers. Because there's probably like the word metal somewhere in here. They deleted all their tweets pertaining to Metal Gear. All their tweets pertaining to Metal Gear, they deleted. Okay. I want you to think on that. I'm gonna show you another thing. They also did analytics on Silent Hill. They said Silent Hill F sold 300,000 and not very a commercial breakout success. Overall. Now, meanwhile, Konami's reporting Silent Hill F has reached over 2 million units worldwide, and Silent Hill 2 has reached 6 million. I go to check for Alinea, and they deleted all their Silent Hill info. So they're quick like a motherfucker. I tell you that much. So they're absolute bullshit. I don't follow them. The last time I tried to use them was early 2025 and earlier. But after that MGS debacle, get out of here. Fucking LVG Charts is a better guesstimator than them. Are you kidding me? Silent Hill F doing 2 million. These guys preaching 300K. Yo, you can multiply. You can multiply Alania's Silent Hill F estimates by 5. Because they said 300K. Multiply that number by 5, which is 1.5 million, and they're still off of what the game actually did. That's how bad they suck ass. They suck so much ass, you can multiply their guesstimate by 5 times the margin error, and you still are wrong. A 500% margin error, and you still can't get it right. How can you make a guesstimate, and if somebody multiplies your estimate by 5 times and you still aren't close to the number? Get out of here. That's it. I don't want to hear shit about Alania from anybody. Anybody talks about that number, dismiss yourself. I'm not having a conversation with you. These guys are so wrong, it is insane. And I'm not even talking about PlayStation games. I'm presenting multiplats. And it started with Metal Gear Solid Delta. 500K in over a week, and Konami did it in a day. The first 24 hours, Metal Gear got 1 million sales. They were off saying Metal Gear only did 500K when it did 1 million day one. What are we doing here? Like, I'm not listening to that. Anybody who uses Alania, I'm not even gonna spend my time arguing. That's why I didn't really argue on the internet. Everybody's like, "Oh, you keeping shut? You could be shut," because I'm not talking to you fucktards. Didn't you listen to me last week? You guys don't live in reality. Y'all suckers are in the multiverse. I said this last week. Everybody on Twitter, I saw the tweets. Oh, Puertorock hiding. Puertorock ain't saying no. No, I'm not talking to your fucktard ass. You bring Alania, I'm just dismissing you. I saw what they did. I saw how wrong they are. They're not even close. They're useless. Sacks of shit. Get out of here. So I'm not listening to that shit. I saw the Metal Gear Solid, and the crazy part is, everybody should have saw that too. They were off like a motherfucker. But people still want to use them. Alania, Metal Gear Solid, oh yeah, 500K over 6 days, blah, 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 not very good. Konami comes out, we did 1 million in 24 hours. Man, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Trash. Absolute trash. Absolute trash. Absolute trash. So, not dealing with them. But what I will have with real gamers, PlayStation gamers, is a talk on Saros and stuff. I don't know how much Saros sold, but I can tell you it's probably not 2 million the first week either. I could probably guess that. I could probably guess it's probably not even 1 million the first week. Right? Could be a little, it's probably more than 300K, but it's probably not 1 million. You know what I'm saying? It's probably not 1 million for the first week or so. Right? Do I think the game's going to sell 1 million? I think so. But it's going to have a little tail. So the real question is, how does HouseMarque get more sales? What do they have to do to get more sales? Let me do some super chats here. We got Bobo Country. Thank you for the super chat. Bro, Saros got spoiled by some fuckface on Mooch podcast. 2 weeks since release. Just because some of you know life a game doesn't mean we don't have jobs. Oh, really? See, when we talked about it in our podcast, we didn't do no spoilers. You know, I made sure we don't do that. But damn, sorry to hear that. Gordo P23. Alania deleting old tweets. Are we sure Cope doesn't work there? Hell, he probably owns it. It's probably his site. It's probably his site. Glassdoor Gamer, Elenier guy, was at IGN. He's using his IGN lackeys to make him see reputable, and then people ran with them. And then there was a lot of sites that ran. But I'm going to tell you why, even Put Square, I'm going to tell you why every gaming site ran with it. And they ran with it because it's great clickbait. You know how many people want Saros to fail because it's not on PC or because it's a PlayStation exclusive? A lot. A lot of people want that game to fail. They want to pretend, oh, this is terrible. Did you buy it? Did you play it? No, they're going to play it or buy it. If you're not going to play it or buy it, don't worry about it being terrible or whatever. You see what I'm saying? I'm just calling bullshit in the gaming community. I'm just calling bullshit. And the reason I'm calling bullshit is because HouseMarque in general represents the thing people... HouseMarque is one of the answers to what people are saying. The industry has a problem. Industry has a problem. Overbloated development studios with big budget titles. This is one damn flag. Está jodiendo. 300 million titles, 500 people in studios, can't be sustained. HouseMarque, 80, maybe 80 person studio, $75, $76 million budget game. And they effectively did an outstanding job developing the game in Unreal Engine 5. Well optimized, no issues, no glitches, no broken stuff. They did a great job developing it on Unreal Engine 5. Small budget, small team, gameplay, optimized, great way of developing on Unreal Engine 5. That's the answer. So what happened? Now, if people don't like the game, people don't like the game. Or if people are not interested in HouseMarque, okay. But don't come back. Listen, Wolverine is going to outsell a lot of games this year. It's going to be a big hit. And it's a big budget game. And it's like we said on this channel. We like what we like, so let's not lie to ourselves. The gamers want big budget games. Some titles that are small and curated do get their shine every now and then, but more often than not, it's the big budget titles that will shine through. It is what it is, you know. So the real conversation is if we want HouseMarque, or we would like to see HouseMarque make games that sell 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million, what do they have to do with their games? Because it can't be this formula. This formula will not attract 10 million gamers. That's just the truth. You're not going to get 10 million sales with this formula. I don't see anything wrong with the formula. It's just that the formula is not attractive to a lot of people. So what does HouseMarque do for their third project? If they make a similar game for their project, you're going to get similar results. At this point, it will be a case of insanity. It's repeating the same process, but now you're expecting a different result. Now, if Sony's fine with this, because it's a small budget, and eventually they make their money back and some profit, which reinvest into HouseMarque, and they like HouseMarque small and whatever, and okay. If Sony's happy with this system, sure. But given how I've seen Sony in the past with other smaller studios, I don't know if Sony in the long term wants HouseMarque to just consistently stick with this. So what does HouseMarque do? What do they do? I have some personal ideas that I think they could change. Some personal ideas. Now, I'm not saying they need to change because what the stuff they're doing now is bad. I don't think what they're doing is bad. I think it's great. I love their formula is great, you know. but it's not widely accepted. I'm I'm people like me and people who did enjoy Saros. We're just a niche group of gamers. Let's just be honest. We're the niche group in PlayStation. The majority of PlayStation don't really rock with HouseMarque to this level. It is what it is. So the question is, what do they need to do to attract more PlayStation gamers? I think these are some of my ideas. The first idea, we're going to start with storytelling. They have to change up the storytelling. The way they tell stories is just not attractive to most. He says, no, they're not cut the defeated. It's not defeated. It says real vid K, or is it Nick? I think you were playing to Nick. What did Nick say? Oh, yeah, they're getting shut down. Oh, no, they're not getting shut down. At least I hope they don't get shut down. Right? This is not about whether they're getting shut down or not. I don't think they're getting shut down. Right? But if we want them to go from the 1 to 2 million, and I don't even think Return sold 2 million, but maybe it did. If we want them to be in the five, let's say the 5 to 6 million block, let's go there. Clearly, their games are not in the 5, 6 million block. We could all at least agree to that, let alone 10. But if we want them in the 5 to 6 million block, at least, right? The first thing is storytelling. They have to follow the storytelling most common gamers are used to. I have no issue with the way they tell stories. I like the whole little flashback and like the whole little confusing where everything needs to be tied together towards the end. And then it usually relates to some type of trauma. But it's clear most gamers don't like that. Most gamers want an in-your-face, upfront story with a clear protagonist and a clear enemy, with a clear story that defines what the enemy is trying to do, with a clear story of what the protagonist is trying to achieve. Just basic storytelling, clear storytelling, like many other of Sony single player games or single player games in general. HouseMarque, I think that their title, they need to push for a clear story. SPRX, man, we're twin brothers, because that was my next point. He asked, can an RPG work for this kind of game? That was my second point. The style of game they need to create. That's the next point. Because they're very good at space stuff, because everything's like almost space, out of this world stuff, and they have great aesthetics design. I would have them try to make a space RPG. That's probably the biggest genre people have been asking for since Mass Effect. Everybody wants a space RPG. That was one of the reasons why Starfield was so hyped, because it was a space RPG. A lot of people got let down by the game. HouseMarque has the blueprint, or you could say one stage of a blueprint, to have great aesthetic RPG or space design as RPG, and keep the combat similar. The bullet hell combat. Combat's great. They just need to integrate it in a more open world design. Right? Expand the weaponry. Make the physical attributes equipment related, pretty much traditional RPG stuff. But have a fleshed out story. Have your protagonist, the hero, and the villain. Clear, upfront story. Everybody knows who they're talking about, and everybody knows what's the point, and the story gets fleshed out. The main challenge is it has to be group. It can't be a single person. Now, in Saros, the D-pad, I think there's like 3 left, up, and down don't have a basic function. So you can use those 3 to select teams, to select a player. Kind of like Mass Effect, if I remember correctly. So you can have a team of 3, and each one gets assigned, and you can switch out. And you can have the same skill sets, gameplay in a way, flesh it out more for an RPG open world design, right? And they do a great job of just designing worlds and characters and villains and monsters, right? They just have to give them purpose and give them a name, give them character, and put it in a story. And, and everybody wants to be a hero that saves the universe. So, so it has to be a catastrophic story where the universe is in danger and no hidden meaning, you know, where Returnal and Saros has hidden meaning. Nope. The story is the story. The characters are the characters, you know. Be the current gen Mass Effect for the industry, right? So a story, RPG, and the reason why I say RPG because I think when people hear of RPGs, I think everybody's more open. Well, a lot of people, and correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of people are just open to learn what the game is. Once they hear that, oh, this is a new RPG, oh, really? Let me check it out. They might lose interest after seeing it or not, but at least it opens the mind. I think a lot of people really enjoy the RPG genre, especially if it's a little actiony. People will at least be interested in it and check it out. RPGs, Megastar's right. RPGs, a lot of them do tend to be nominated for Game of the Year. That's a well represented genre of Game of the Year. There's something about the word RPG that just piques people's interest, and people will at least want to learn about the product. Right? Now I know there's some people that don't like RPGs, and damn, Doughboy, he says it. I hate RPGs personally, but it's definitely the hype genre. Yeah. Even damn, you took the words out my mouth. Even the people who hate RPGs, they can recognize it's a hype genre. It's a very, very, very popular genre. It's always been a popular genre for generations. The moment you say new RPG, look at Gorilla. I think that's why Gorilla was given a chance despite Killzone. Killzone, come on, let's be honest. Killzone, I mean, Killzone 2 was good, but it wasn't like a super breakout hit, but it was a really good game. But then Killzone 3, Killzone Shadowfall, and then the earlier projects, Killzone 1 was a big flop. Then what's the other one? The Nam game. It was a game before they made Killzone. Shell Shock. Like, they were in their flop mode. And then decided to make Horizon action RPG. Now some people say it's not really an RPG, but it piqued people's interest. A lot more people. And then the game ended up selling 20 million. 20 million. You see, RPGs is a good way to it's a good way to be put on the spotlight, no matter who you are. I mean, look at Expedition 33. That studio blew up, and the game is phenomenal, right? But I think part of it, well, one, the game is phenomenal, but a lot of people were able to pay attention to it because it was an RPG. I think people, when you tell them it's an RPG, they will at least give it a chance to look at, see what's being done. And if you execute the videos, well, what I mean by that, the presentation, and you show the presentation and combat, world building, and you explain the good story, that will get people to buy the game. Lots of people love RPGs, and I think HouseMarque should make an RPG. Their third project should be an RPG. HouseMarque, if you're listening, you need to make an RPG, a space RPG. You got great character designs, and you got all that weird looking, Dark Souls from software type design. Is my mic cracking? Nah, don't lie to me. Okay. That's another thing. That was number three. Damn, we're in sync, man. I love this chat. We're all in sync. To Tour Sky Skelby 7514. Make a badass character to get behind. That's number three. Got to make a badass character. Got to make a well-defined hero. And I will say this: with this climate in politics and stuff, it's gonna have to be the traditional male hero, at least for HouseMarque's sake. You know, don't try to stir too out of the box. Be common, be basic, and it's okay. Listen, not every game has to push a point in game development and creativity. It's okay. Sometimes simple is good, especially you know if we're trying to get Housemarque to be more widely acceptable. Yeah, white male hero. Doughboy said it. I mean, am I lying though? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Right? Am I lying? White male heterosexual hero. That's it. For Housemarque's sake. You know, keep it simple. Make a badass white male heterosexual hero. You know, so that way we can all focus on the game, on the gameplay, on the great aesthetics, and that everybody could celebrate a space opera RPG, like the way Mass Effect was celebrated. The problem, Coin Massey, it's not so much. You know what's crazy? Like you can ignore the community, but what won't be ignored is the sales, right? And it's not even really so much the industry ignoring the community; it's other gamers ignoring the community. So the community pretty much ignoring itself. Now, some games will survive the community. They absolutely do, but it has to be an established studio or whatever, right? Or an IP so big that it just can't be impacted by the community. Like Hogwarts Legacy. Boy, that thing blew up to huge news, and it was all talks about boycotts, and it was huge, but it survived. And not only did it survive, it excelled. It did fantastic, right? Ghost of Yote was another one. That was supposed to be like a massive boycott. Nope, successful, right? And I think some games will survive that, but other games from small developers and stuff like that, they just don't get that lucky. Some games do get impacted by loud voices, and it's unfortunate, right? And when a game gets impacted that much, it's not. When a game gets impacted that much, it becomes a revenue issue, becomes a money issue, because that's what companies will always listen to. You know. So I think some games can easily survive nonsense, community nonsense. Other games, not so much. You know. Let's see who we got here. Um, Shout out to the brain. Says gamers are too spoiled. Every game is not AAA. That's true. Some games are gonna be AA, and they're great games. And we see an example of that. Like Expedition 33 is not a AAA game, but man, the game is so amazing. It absolutely is an amazing title. Bobo Country. Saros question for all. Can you skip a boss if I go back to Biome 3? Because Biome 4 has been a hard stop so far. I want to go back but not face that. So if Biome 4 is challenging for you, my recommendation is just do Bio 1 and 2 and build up I forgot what it's called. Lucent, whatever. The thing where you could buy your skill tree and build your skill tree, right? So a couple of advice. I would say Biome 2. Biome 2, you get the most bang for your buck. When you enter Biome 2, initiate the eclipse. So that way, because Biome 2 is the one with the 2 doors that you have to go through both to activate, so you can open the middle door. Just initiate the eclipse. Oh, no. Don't initiate the eclipse. Do one tunnel without the eclipse, so that way you could build your, you get your modifiers. You get your, things to build up. Then do the eclipse and then do the second tunnel, right? And it should be easy. You should be able to breeze through it. If you're already on Biome 4, you should be able to clear it. And you should be, and the most important part is this is what you need to do. When you kill the enemies, you gotta run and collect all the lucent, I think it's called, before it disappears, because that's the key. Because that's what you're doing. You're farming. It's called lucent, right? Because that's what you're gonna use to, build up your skill tree, right? And when you build up your skill tree, you want to focus. You want to look at integrity and proficiency. Those are your biggest things, right? So that way you could get better proficient weapons. And you'll be surprised how fast you can do it. But when you do it, and you're ready to tackle Biome 4 or every biome after, this is my recommended weapon set. You want to Lucenite. Thank you, Lucenite. You want to use either the tactical rifle or the smart rifle. To me, those are the 2 best weapons. Smart rifle in this order. Smart rifle number 1, tactical rifle number 2, the crossbow with the repeater. The one where if you just hold it down, it constantly shoots 4 arrows. Those are the top 3. If you can't get those top 3, then the 4th one is the Overlord. That one. So one of those 4. But in order of precedence, smart rifle, tactical rifle, crossbow repeater, that specific one, because there's another crossbow that when you hold it down, it just charges, and then you have to let it go to shoot 4 arrows. Not that one. So smart rifle, tactical rifle, crossbow repeater, Overlord. But you want to look at the attributes. One of the attributes, because when you look at the weapon, it'll have like 3 or 4 or 5, depending what level of weapon, an attribute. The main attribute you want the weapon to have is power generator. What that means is as you attack with the weapon, it refills your power. And this is important for your alternate weapon, right? Which is number 1, Providence, or number 2, Disruptor. Providence is literally the missile. That's the one you want. If you can't get that one, then the Disruptor, the one where like you hold it and a bunch of like little tiny blue needles start flying everywhere. Those are the 2 you want. You don't want anything else. Get Providence if you can, but that's it. So when you face these bosses, you immediately begin the match just spamming Providence until your power depletes. And then you attack with your smart rifle, tactical rifle, repeater, because you have power generator. So as you're hitting the target, your power generator fills up. Once you fill up max, spam Providence. And, repeat those 2 cycles while you're doing your normal dodging, avoiding, and all that stuff. Those are the best ones. I use the chakram. But the thing is with the chakram, it doesn't fill up the power meter as fast as a smart rifle or tactical rifle. That's why those are the top 2. So the strategy is about filling the power meter. Because Providence is a beast. Providence is a damn beast, right? It is an absolute beast of a weapon, but you need power. That's why I say get tactical or smart rifle to quickly generate your power, and then just drop bombs on them suckers. And then eventually, I'm sure you have overdrive. As soon as overdrive is activated, dump overdrive on them, on their asses. You know, that's my recommendation. Because, my God, I was spamming Providence, rebuilding its Providence, rebuilding the Providence, overdrive. This was just like, oh my God, I was just clearing through them. It's a great combo. So try that. Glassdoor Gamer. Japanese led PlayStation was okay with spreading the field with niches like they used to cover gamers in aggregate. The colonizers only want The Last of Us. I always see, it's interesting, right? Because I ain't gonna say I always thought, but I wonder, do they not worry about how do they see portfolio management, right? Because some games, not every game is gonna be a 20+ million seller. It's just not. You're gonna have your 1 to 2 million sellers, but they're crucial from a portfolio standpoint, from having a portfolio of diverse games that when people look at the library, they see a library of diverse games that will attract them to the platform. I just don't know how Sony thinks like that no more. Hopefully they are thinking like that, right? Glassdoor Gamer, thank you for the super chat. Says HouseMarque presents Spider Manos. What? Like what? The Puerto Rican version of Spider Man? Well, we do have that. Miles Morales. But he's a now Sabo Puerto Rican. He barely speaks Spanish. He's a now no Sabo. He's a no Sabo kid. Super West with the super chat. What's the difference? Better smart gun or corrupt smart gun? Okay, so a corrupt smart gun. So there is a corrupt smart gun. All that means is that it's more powerful if you get corrupted. So when you're in eclipse, when the sun's eclipse, and you get hit, you get this yellow bar that takes over your energy. And if you try to heal, you can't heal because the yellow bar blocks it. It's because you're corrupted. Now, if you shoot your power weapon, it dissipates corruption. But if you got a corrupt weapon of any type, whether it's corrupt, smart gun, shotgun, whatever, the more you are corrupted, the more powerful the weapon gets. So that's a strategy in of itself too. The corrupted weapon has the same default attack strength as a normal smart gun. Like, so in your case, you're talking about smart gun. The same level corrupt smart gun has the same attack power as a regular smart gun, but as you get corrupted from attacks, the gun gets more powerful. So it doesn't hurt you if you're not corrupt or anything. Like, corrupted weapons really don't do anything. It's just as you get more corrupted, the weapon becomes more powerful. So it is a strategy I've seen people do where they take up a certain level of corruption because the weapons, the main weapon attack is powerful. Glassdoor Gamer, thank you for the super chat. It's funny when Xbox guys pretend like this PS5 gen has been the worst thing ever. Meanwhile, their brand died this gen. It is. It's a lack of living in reality, right? It's funny. I laugh seeing people how they look at PlayStation as disaster and they have no money, whatever. Meanwhile, we've seen the reports, right? But even let's say if you did feel this is the worst PlayStation 5 generation ever, okay, then there's no way you can see Xbox as a success or, oh, it's doing okay. Absolutely not doing okay. That brand is dog shit. But lots of people not living in the real world. We got El Nini 2796 says Xbox dudes should be the last dudes talking about game sales. You know what's funny? I don't even know what these guys been living off a Game Pass pretty much this entire gen, and they want to talk about game sales when most of their games don't sell at all. Right? I mean, there's a reason why they took Call of Duty off of Game Pass day one. Like, come on, man. Like, just stop it, man. It's It's absolutely asinine, the conversations we have in this community. Craig Harris, he is here for T-flops and cheeks. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, so we got that. So, like, as far as Saros goes, listen, I think they're amazing. They are absolutely amazing. And those of us that do feel HouseMarque and their games amazing, we're just in a niche group. That's all it is. If Sony's happy with that, okay. But if Sony expects better or expects more, then HouseMarque has to do a couple of fundamental changes. They're going to have to do some changes. If they don't do changes, they're not going to get there. Again, Insanity is doing the same thing, but expect a different result. All right. And I think some of the things that they can do differently, it's not something out of the norm. I'm not suggesting radical things. The standard template for storytelling, an actual protagonist that's badass, an enemy that people can be like, oh yeah, this is ruthless and it's time to throw down, right? And I would make the project an RPG. I think just the name RPG will get people interested. I mean, just the rumor, because you know a rumor would spread, right? Hey, HouseMarque's next title is an RPG. People will start talking. That will get a lot of people to talk. A lot of people. A lot of people will be interested right off the bat. They're going to wonder, you know, some people will already have criticized, oh, they don't know nothing about RPGs, but it will be a conversation. A lot of people will be interested. Even the people says, yeah, I don't really like their rogue-like type games, but I could check out and see what they do in the RPG rules. I think a lot of people will be open to them making an RPG, and then they just have to deliver. You know? Let's look at something real quick. Shout out to Mystic Ryan. He talks about a hub widget. Let's go right here. Let me go right here. Let's show it. Shout out to Mr. Ryan. Listen, if you are a PlayStation fan, you definitely listen. If you're a PlayStation fan, right, you definitely got to.
Our first news story.
Oh, my bad. You definitely got to follow Mystic Ryan. Like you definitely got to hit him up. He's awesome. Awesome for content creator for PlayStation. Right? This is a content creator where people are like, oh, I don't want no fanboys, I don't want no Xbox talk. But pure PlayStation, you know, the fake guys. And I'm like, Mystic Ryan, bro. Like, how do you not know him by now? Why are you asking this question? Mystic Ryan. He is the way. But let's listen to this.
We have a new Welcome Hub widget Sony is testing right now on PlayStation 5, currently in beta. And this one has two views, which is Trending Now, or Top 10 Most Played Games based on players for that week in your country. So Trending Now shows what games and modes saw a big surge in gameplay hours, and then Top 10 shows the most popular games based on players that week. And it does show a player count number, which I really like, because this is one of those things where if they obfuscate the numbers, it's not really that interesting to look at, but I do like that you can see that, yeah, Fortnite, Call of Duty, Rainbow Six Siege, your usual suspects, they do show millions of players, an exact number, which is pretty neat. Now, I will say the top 10, I'm not sure how useful that is really going to be to keep on because unless it's different for your country, I'm sure EA Sports FC would be higher based on where you are, but it's probably going to be the same games every week. The other option for trending now is much more interesting because it's based on huge jumps in popularity based on a percentage. So some games will always be showing up differently based on major content drops. It's probably still going to skew very heavy towards multiplayer unless there's a big single player game coming out. But it's cool to see random games show up and it jumps by 200 something percent every week or so. So really neat. And I love that this widget is addressing one of the main concerns for PS5 at launch, if you remember a while ago, which is the console social experience feels very isolated, right? It felt very cold and stoic coming off the PS4's What's New section, so the Welcome Hub has been a great landing page on the console. I just really hope that with all these new backgrounds and widgets, that this thing is still going to be available on PS6 for the UI experience there. It sucks that we got it so late into the PS5 cycle, and we're actually not too far away from next gen, so I want it to stay around because it really is a great way to start up the console, and that's the first thing you see. Let's get into some PlayStation Studio.
All right. So pretty cool. Let me go back out, right? So my thoughts on this. I would say what I like. I like the fact that they're going to show actual numbers. How many millions of players or whatever number of players are playing a game in the top 10. I think that's pretty cool. It's very transparent. Information. So that's pretty cool. But I agree with him. The top 10 is probably going to be the same games over and over and over because of the live service nature. The live service really changed the dynamic of game reporting. Because of their consistent staying power, they tend to stay in the top 10. It's not like the top 10 during the 360 gen, where games rotate, because even when the game has multiplayer, it will eventually fizzle out and be taken over by another game. And plus, you didn't really get a lot of big top player multiplayer games. A lot of single players took up stuff, right? So, like, the top 10 is the top 10 we normally see. A Call of Duty, a 2K, Madden, you're going to see that. What I probably would have done if I was king for a day is have top 10 multiplayer games, which includes live service, and top 10 single player games in your country. What are the top 10 multiplayer games people are playing in your country? And what are the top 10 single player games that is being played in your country? And what that does is two things, right? Well, what that does is really one thing. It's a great advertisement and showcase for single player games that people can see in their region that they may not be playing. It gives the opportunity to put shine on a specific category, single player games. And when people in the hub look at, all right, what's the top 10 single player games? And let's say one of those single player games, let's say Saros is number 9. Some people be like, really? One of the top 10 single player games being played right now, Saros? Or Ghost of Yotai or whatever. Or Resident Evil and stuff like that, whatever. People who aren't playing those games, they could see, damn, why is this a top 10 game in this specific category? You might check it out. You know, separate the two sections or genres or whatever you want to call it. Keep the multiplayer in the multiplayer lane. Keep the single player in the single player lane. And I think that would be effective. People will see the top multiplayer games being played, and people will see the top single player games being played. Just having a basic top 10, it's going to be a multiplayer centric game unless it's one of those new big bangers that come out. And that's only going to be there temporarily, like a Wolverine. Sure, Wolverine, you'll see it in the top 10. But then it's going to fizzle out because the multiplayer will take it over because the multiplayer has more consistency week in and week out. While single player games will naturally go, because the sales will taper off. And then as people are beating the game, they won't be playing it again. See, that's the thing what people don't understand. They're like, oh, most of PlayStation only plays multiplayer. No, most of PlayStation aren't playing multiplayer. I mean, look at this screen right here. Let's look at. We could see. Let me go here. Let me change the screen. Let's zoom in real quick. Let's look right here, as he pointed out. Right here, this Apex Legend, 1.7 players this week. Call of Duty, 5 million players. Okay. Minecraft, another 5 million. Rivals, 1.8 million. Right? And stuff like that. Let's average. Let's say every game in the top 10, each game have 5 million players. Each game. That's 50 million players. Right? So the other 43 million players aren't playing that games. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, it is a lot. The top 10 multiplayers are absorbing majority of the players. It is a lot, but there is still millions of gamers who are not playing those games. You still got 40 plus million gamers not playing those games, right? And even then, some of those players that are playing the multiplayer games, depending on the game, they will stop playing Call of Duty. They will stop playing Marvel Rivals. They will stop playing Grand Theft Auto to play Wolverine. Some of those players are going to stop playing the game temporarily to play Wolverine. Wolverine's going to sell great. Wolverine's going to get millions of gamers. It's going to chart in the top 10. But as gamers starts beating the game, they're going to stop playing Wolverine. And they're going to go back to their multiplayer game. And that's where Wolverine will taper off. Because the millions of gamers that bought it, they will beat it. Or some won't even beat it, And then it'll just fizzle off. But the live service games will always stay because it's just the consistency of the players. The consistency of the players that are constantly playing these live service games, right? That's why I think it should just be separated. So Sony should have done top 10 multiplayer, top 10 single player, and present that to everyone. Shout out to Glassdoor Gamer. Just did a tweet for Xbox. Thank you for the idea. What idea? HouseMarque? What did you do? What did you do, Glassdoor? What did you do? Right? But we'll see. Now we're gonna see some numbers of really how many people are playing these top 10 games, and they look pretty big. Like 5 million a week, 5 million people within a week playing. But here's my, it's going to be good data to see. It's going to be really good data to see. Okay. What's next on my list? PS5 UI update, did that. FSR 4.1 for Xbox. Oh, my God. And now I got to find. Oh, my God. Now I got to
major
find the
content
article.
drops. It's probably.
I got to find the article. Damn it. Let me touch on this real quick. This when I saw this, and we all know it got announced, but man, it's like I said, it's like capturing the enemy's flag, bro. It's like, bro, this is wild. It's just like looking at it. And people already took a photo of the PlayStation 5 Halo disc, like the reservation disc. Like when you go to GameStop, they put like a placeholder to let you know these are a placeholder, and this is it right here. And next to it is Tokon. But man, talk about capturing the enemy's flag. This shit, now it's real. It's real now. This shit is real. Even though we got the announcement, but it's like, we know it's coming. We knew it's coming, right? We knew. We all knew. But now it's like Ragnarok is here. It's kind of like you're waiting for the return of Jesus. But then when you actually see the return of Jesus, you're like, holy shit, the trumpets is here. Like Revelation's beginning. The end of days is here. Like, you know what I mean? It's like Jesus will return, and there's one thing to actually witness it. You know, this is like, yo, like it's real, bro. Am I bugging? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like it's real. Even with seeing Gears of War and Forza, I'm gonna be honest. Gears of War Reloaded, Forza Fable, none of that shit really matters. Because that's not really Xbox. I mean, it is Xbox, but like Halo, it's like Derek Jeter getting traded to the Boston Red Sox. You know what I mean? I don't care if any other player got traded to the Boston Red Sox, but Derek Jeter getting traded to the Boston Red Sox, that's like, what the fuck happened? You know? Like, this is like, yo, like, look at it. It's Halo on the PS5. You remember as soon as when PlayStation put their games on PC, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. And what you saw was a bunch of Xbox fanboys who had PC. They bought the game on PC, but they were using their Xbox One bullshit controller, whatever the stupid ass controller they were using. They were using Xbox controller, and there was like this trend, this meme trend of these Xbox gamers who playing on PC to show God of War on their screen, the PC version, but they will put like, you know, you will see like, oh look, playing, God of War with my Xbox controller, trying to troll, like trying to say something. You know what they were like? Come on, we all saw that. Did we not all see that? Every time they put a PlayStation game on PC, they're like, yeah, I would never have believed I would get to play Horizon on my Xbox Elite controller. You saw all those things, right? Even though the game is on PC, but they try to associate the Xbox controller with Xbox. That's what they were trying to do. Like they're playing a PlayStation game on an Xbox. But here we are, literally playing Halo on a PS5. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me see something. Let me see if I can say this. I'm going to recreate this. Let me show you something. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. I wish I could find it. I may have to ask you. I may have to ask you guys to do it, but I don't want to ask you guys because hold on. Brave sucks. Let me. I don't want to ask you because I want to surprise you guys, but I may have to ask you guys. Let me go to Gemini. Let me see if I can find it. No. What is it? Oh man, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to help me. Where is it? Is it this one? Oh. Oh man. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, I think. All right. So I'm gonna have to get your help. So the video I'm looking for, if you remember, is when Horizon Zero Dawn went to PC and he made a video holding the Horizon Zero Dawn disc case and started telling the community that hey, it's okay to let other people play your games. Don't be a fanboy. You guys have fun. Blah blah blah. Y'all remember that video? If y'all can link me to that video, please do so now. I think y'all know what I'm talking about, though, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Can't find it. There's like a lot of videos and it's just not working. Yeah, I lost her. Yo, that receipt is old. I think I found it. Did you send? Can you send it to me? SPR is the man, bro. I swear to God, you are the man. Let me see if you sent it to me. Yo, SPR is the man. Oh, it says unavailable though. Is it available?
I'm putting this video on Twitter.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Oh yeah. Yo. You're incredible, SPR. Let's go. Let's see this classic.
Hey, it's Paris. I'm putting this video on Twitter holding this copy of Horizon Zero Dawn for the PlayStation 4 with a PC behind me to say that everyone bitching about this is dumb. You're dumb. Let people enjoy whatever they want to enjoy. If I want to play Horizon Zero Dawn on my PC, why do you care? I've already played it on the PlayStation 4. The game's 3 goddamn years old. Who cares? Matter of fact, I want to play this on the PC too. I don't want to play this on the PC too. How about that? You gonna be mad about that? Can I play God of War on the PC too? Who cares? It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let people enjoy what they want to enjoy. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, boy. It's coming, boy. You don't know what you did. Yo, I need to I'm gonna save this thing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna recreate that motherfucker. That motherfucker's getting recreated. That motherfucking video is I'm gonna buy this motherfucker in physical edition. This motherfucker's being bought physical. I'm buying that bitch physical and I am recreating this motherfucker right here. And I'm gonna do it with my hat off. I'm gonna show my big ass forehead and everything. You're gonna see my forehead in all its heavenly glory. And I'm gonna find this ugly ass green sweater too. And I'm not gonna shave. And I'm gonna add mustard so my teeth could be yellow looking too. I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna put my PS5 Pro behind me. I'm doing it all. This shit, and it's gonna be on 480p. Boy, oh yeah. We're gonna have a good time, brother. Oh yeah. Let people enjoy where they want to play. I love it. Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I need a cyberpunk chair too. It's gonna be popping, boy. Popping, boy. Oh yeah. It's coming. It is coming. Better get it ready. You better get it ready. You better get it ready. Cause this physical copy is coming. This right here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm recreating that video. That video must be recreated. It must be recreated. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But you shouldn't be mad though. Let people enjoy where they want to play games. Let people enjoy where they want to play. It doesn't matter. I love it. I love it, man. Let's all be honest, man. Let's all be honest, man. PlayStation's God's console. Because all these Xbox dudes are just getting slaughtered. Whether they get immediately slaughtered or you just have to wait and be patient. And in time they get slaughtered. Either way, the reckoning comes. Like, this is unbelievable, boy. Oh, man. This is glorious. This is absolutely glorious. Oh, man. I'm going to be studying this video in every detail. I'm going to try to rep. This is awesome.
Hey, it's Paris.
I'm even gonna try to get this stupid Hartman fucking character. Whatever I gotta do.
I'm putting this video on Twitter holding this copy of Horizon Zero Dawn for the PlayStation 4 with a PC behind me to say that everyone bitching about this is dumb. You're dumb.
I'm even gonna try to do the voice reflection. Let's see me practice.
Hey, it's Paris. I'm putting this video on Twitter holding this copy of Horizon Zero Dawn for the PlayStation 4 with a PC behind me to say that everyone bitching about this is dumb. You're dumb.
It's dumb.
Hey,
You're
it's Paris.
dumb.
I'm putting this video on Twitter holding this copy of Horizon Zero Dawn for the PlayStation 4 with a PC behind me to say that everyone bitching about this is dumb.
It's dumb.
You're dumb.
You're dumb. I gotta practice that. I gotta get that through. It's dumb. You're dumb. Oh my god, boy. Boy, oh boy. We gotta remake this. This is hey, PlayStation's good at remakes, so why can't I?
Will enjoy whatever they want to enjoy. If I want to play Horizon Zero Dawn on my PC, why do you care?
Why
I already
do you
played
care?
it on the PlayStation 4. The game's 3 goddamn years old. Who cares? Matter of fact, I want to play this on the PC too.
I'm gonna need to buy more Xbox games on
I don't
physical.
want to play this on the PC too.
I'm gonna have to get some physical
You're gonna
things.
be mad about that? Can I play God of War on the PC too? Who cares? It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let people enjoy what they want to enjoy. Have a good weekend.
And now and the fact that I get to do this while he's advocating for Xbox to have exclusives is magical. It is so magical because he's just gonna have to sit there and take it. Because now he's on that bandwagon. Oh, Microsoft's gotta have exclusives. You got to have exclusives. Oh my God. PlayStation is God's console of choice. It's just the only answer. It's like, yo, you it's just I love it. Oh my God. Oh man. Yo. You haven't seen the movie There Will Be Blood? The scene where it goes, I drank your milkshake. Oh my God, bro. This shit can't be happening. Again, we talked about it to death, but this shit is DEFCON 5. This shit is real. This is like, you know when you know something's happening, but you really don't believe it until it's there? Oh my God. This shit is real, boy. This shit is real, boy. I feel like, hey, for all you British people from the UK, I feel like that guy, what's his name? The guy who fought like the guy who was pushing for Brexit, Nigel something. You know what I'm talking about, right? And he was pushing for Brexit, and he pushed hard. And then it actually happened. And he didn't know what to do. I feel like that guy. Like it happened. Nigel Farage, yeah, it happened. And now he's like, what the fuck? I'm like, so my prediction with Xbox, and now I don't know what to do. Like, my prediction happened, and I'm like, oh shit. I feel like, oh shit. This shit really happened. I'm like, oh shit. Master Chief is on PlayStation. This motherfucker is Team Blue. Yo. I think I'm too close. Yo. This shit really happened. I'm going to practice all of it. The smug face, everything. I'm getting the physical version. I haven't bought a day one physical version in a while. I'm getting that physically. Day one. Man, we truly captured the enemy's flag in this motherfucker. Like their flag got captured bad. And I'm doing that video. So SPR, thanks. Gives me time to, when the game comes out, I'll get it physically. I'll pre-order it on Amazon, get it delivered. And that's what I'm going to do. Yo, that is wild, bro. What else? What else? What else? But before I get into the last topic that I want to. Oh, this is funny. Like, I'm noticing Jamie's act is getting the attention of the Xbox community, and they can't handle it. It is hilarious, the shit he is doing. Shit, like, you can't make this up. This is funny, and I'm not. Matty Plays is a good dude. He's a good dude, right? He's a good dude. But this is funny.
Anyway, in all seriousness, with PlayStation, Halo, Asha's like, oh, so it's shipping on Xbox and PC. What about PlayStation? We currently have no plans for that.
Oh my God, bro. This is, yo. Oh my God. Oh my, this can't be happening, bro. It is so terrible to be an Xbox fan. It is miserable. Listen. I can empathize kind of being an Xbox fan because I've been a Knicks fan for so long. And it is painful. But at least, there's some sign of hope for the Knicks. We doing our thing this year. We just swept Philadelphia. Knicks just won 7 playoff games in a row, straight up beasting in the East. And it looks like Cavs might win. I'm telling you, man, Cavs cannot beat this Knicks team. Unless the Knicks goes cold as hell. I'm sorry, bro. They just ain't got it. Oh, man, bro. This shit is wild.
Anyway, in all seriousness,
I can't. This is crazy. We have no comment on Halo. And they literally have to. This guy can't. Oh my God. I'm going to let y'all know right now. Right here. Oh man. I will be streaming Summer Games Fan Fest. I even applied to see if they do not it's not really sponsorship, but co-streaming, and they'll send you goodies, even though everyone will be able to stream regardless. But if they accept you as a co-streamer, they'll send you stuff. So I will be doing that. I haven't done anything like that in years, some co-streaming, but I will do it for you guys. We're gonna have a good time and stuff like that, right? So that's also another mention, right? Let's see what else. this. I don't know, man. Like VG Fight School really fell off the wagon. He said Activision purchase was the ultimate checkmate to PlayStation. Do people even play chess these days? They literally killed PlayStation's queen and had the king running all over the board, pun intended. So I just quote tweeted it and I'm like, before the ABK purchase, COD was on PlayStation. After the ABK purchase, COD is still on PlayStation, but now Halo, Gears, and Forza is on PlayStation as well. You actually think it was Xbox that won? I don't understand. Well, it's like I said. It's like I said. They're not living in reality. None of these guys are living reality. Like, it's obvious. Xbox bent the knee. They're putting all their titles onto PlayStation, which helps PlayStation looks even more attractive because now that added thing is, why do I buy an Xbox for Xbox games when the Xbox games are on PlayStation along with the PlayStation games and superior third party support? It's really not a complex topic. How do these guys still try to find a win in something that was a clear loss? Look. See, this is a perfect example of not living reality. So obviously, I asked, you actually think Xbox One? Look at this reply. They get the funds if someone buys Halo, Forza, Gears, but so does PlayStation. PlayStation also gets funds over Halo, Forza, Gears, over any PlayStation studio. How does buying Halo, Gears, and Forza gets funds over any PlayStation studio? You're forgetting PlayStation is the platform that gets the most third-party support. There are games bigger than Halo, Gears, and Forza. Grand Theft Auto 6, Red Dead Redemption, Hogwarts Legacy. Much bigger titles than what Microsoft is pushing. And PlayStation games still sell, especially the big ones. There's always been a balance. Like, you see? Over any PlayStation creator, you create an environment for PlayStation to close the studios down. And when the hardware ever phase out, the lack of studios games and live service games will put them in a situation to fund-filled projects as the profits diminishes. Bro, you made up a whole load of bullshit. Bro, you made up a whole load of bullshit. Right? PlayStation is home to bigger games than so to bigger games than Halo, Gears, Forza. Games like Elden Ring, Witcher, Witcher 3, GTA 5, Fortnite. What else we got? Oh, can't spell Fortnite. Fortnite. Mm-hmm. Hogwarts Legacy. And yet, uh, You on? What 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 you want, bro? What you want, bro? Like, bro, the hell these cats is on, bro. I mean, shit. Horizon Forbidden West came out the same year as Elden Ring, and that game still sold over 10. Eventually, ended up selling over 10 million. Like, what are these dudes on? You know, I can understand. You know, I don't know. You know, I don't even understand. I don't know what's up with these Xbox dudes. Motherfuckers act like PlayStation don't have third party that sells crazy on PlayStation. Borbor Country with the super chat says, I just got slapped by Biome 4 boss. Wow, game of the year. Don't worry, just build up your strength and try my strategy. Super West. Nigel Farage is a chump for us. Not as bad as Trump though, but that was funny. Galaxy Fur, thank you for the super chat. VG has been gaslighting Dark. Dark had to embarrass him in a heated debate as VG keeps defending why Xbox doesn't put its own games. Did they debate live? Was there a live debate between the two? Because I saw Dark's video, and I'll be honest, the way Dark explained it, I'm like, is VG really saying that it's okay for Xbox not to put games on their own Xbox store? I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense to make that argument. Is there any chat y'all familiar? Is that? Let me see. Look in the chat. Let me put it this way: the ABK buyout really accelerated. Because I'll be honest, when I made my prediction, I thought that it would be more later into the gen, like 2028 or some shit, right? But not 2024. I didn't think 4 years Microsoft would execute their plans to put games on PlayStation. That's like fast as hell. Even I didn't anticipate that fast failure. Here's another one. This is funny. Check this out. Shout out to Nintendo Sticks, but man, he's really became a hardcore Nintendo fanboy, right? But the crazy part is that, like I told him, man, just stick to Nintendo first party, man. You'll be fine there. You'll never lose as long as you just push the first party stuff. The moment you start going with third party or trying to clap at PlayStation, that's when things are gonna go left for you, bro. Like don't make the same mistake these Xbox fanboys did, right? It's not gonna make Nintendo look better. But all right. So he comments on, the UI beta, and he said this is why PlayStation has given up on single player games, which is a stupid comment. So I just said majority of their upcoming projects are single player games. So then he quote tweets. He mentions Tokon, Fair Games, 4 Loop, and Horizon Hunter Gathering versus Wolverine, Intergalactic, God of War Collection. He just owned himself because God of War Collection is 3 games. It's 3 individual games, 1, 2, and 3. So God of War Collection is 3 games. plus Intergalactic is 4 games, plus Wolverine is 5 games. Last I checked, 5 games is bigger than 4. So like he and I would have added more because I would have added Cory Balog's Faye game, so that's 6. And then Naughty Dog confirmed that they have another game in development. It's not just Intergalactic. That's 7. But he did the work himself by mentioning 5 games. He mentioned 4 live service games and 5 single player games. I'm tired, boss. Yeah, look what I'm writing so I could show you guys. You mentioned 5 single player games. Did something new happen in the world in the world of math where 5 is no longer more than 4? I'm tired, boss. Like, what are we gonna do, man? God, man. Let's said Galaxy Fur. Thank you for super chat. Says both made videos going back and forth on each other's channels. VG is a hardcore grifter. Doc said he's very disingenuous. Gaslighting, not cool. Super West. It's funny how Sir Bruvian went up against Doc Dark and you where is he now? I hope everything's okay with Sir Bruvian though. I'll be honest. I don't know what happened. It, I think that was the last time he went live was on my channel. I think Homeboy mentioned 5 single player games. Like you can't make this up. Yo, yo. Oh, it says right here. What is it? We were playing to what? When when was Gears E Day announced by Xbox for PlayStation? Please do me a solid and leave a link here, Puertorock. I mean, clearly it's checkmate. Clearly it's checkmate for Xbox. Clearly, clearly, that's checkmate. Xbox wins. Xbox wins. Microsoft is playing is playing 9D chess. What the? This community, oh my God, it's gotten so like it is plagued with people who all think they're Abraham Lincoln. It is insane. Oh wait. There's another thing. Yeah, okay. Check this out. So, damn it. I hope I have it. Nintendo's pulling out in China. Oh, this is another one. I gotta show you this. This is funny. Ready? Some humor. Damn, I'm all over this part. I had this all organized, and the laptop did it. But check this out. Shout out to Nicola. This is funny. Yo, I enjoyed this. Check this out. And of course, it's gonna flag me for whatever, but it don't matter. Let's enjoy it.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass, and I'm homebound.
Come on, man. You gotta have a sense of humor. You gotta have a sense of humor with that one. The PC gamer with a $6,000 PC looking at him. Come on, man. Oh man. Oh man. Come on, you gotta. It's gotta. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, that is hilarious. Listen, man. God, man, so many people. Man, the Pro's $900. Man, you should have bought the Pro at $650, man. Or you should have gotten the PlayStation earlier, man. I'm telling you, man. You'll have a good time with that GTA 6 on that Pro. Like the way Doctor say, GTA 6, GTA 6, GTA 6. Shout out to Doc. GTA 6, GTA 6, GTA 6. GTA 6, GTA 6. Yo, I love it. Oh man, shout out to Glassdoor Game. It says everything is cyclical. Remember when TV shows died due to reality TV and then they made a comeback with bangers? That's live service versus single player. I think so too, man. I think live service is finally dissipating and the single player is making a comeback. It's just, get that good single player comeback. But check this out. This is interesting. Switch One in mainland China, but it says all online services for Tencent, mainland China, Switch One consoles have been shut down. The eShop game and update downloads, online multiplayer, parental controls, and more are no longer accessible. And this is for the Switch One. Why are they shutting down the Switch One? It says in 2024, it was rumored that the online services are being shut down due to the local company that Nintendo partnered with to run the services undergoing a change in business. So everything's shut down. They won't be able to buy games or nothing. That, interesting. And then, on top of that, Nintendo president hints they're preparing to continue support for the original Switch. Nintendo Switch has a ridiculously large install base, and not everyone has shifted over to the newer Nintendo Switch, which has recently been announced to be getting a price increase. Speaking to investors, Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa has hinted to them that it plans to maintain support for the Switch 2 while consumers dither about whether to upgrade. Nintendo Parents Watch says that they suspect that Nintendo's acquisition of Shiver Entertainment and their investment in Forever Entertainment was part of the plan to further extend original Nintendo Switch report. It is important to expand these entire software business instead of focusing only on Nintendo Switch 2 software. Encourage people to transition to Nintendo Switch 2 at their own pace, increase the Nintendo Switch. Let me tell you something. If you think Nintendo didn't notice that Sony got more profit than it ever did with this cross-gen strategy, then listen, I got a bridge in Brooklyn with toll booths. You're going to make lots of money. Hit me up. I will sell you that bridge on the cheap. Switch has 150 million users right now. 150 million users. And they see Sony, they see PlayStation at its most profitable simply because PlayStation, for the first couple of years, made their games cross-gen. God of War, Miles Morales, Forbidden West. GT7 was legitimately only announced for PlayStation 5. Then they made the PS4 version. You see what I'm saying? And Nintendo guys talk so much shit about PlayStation having exclusives because why would I need a PS5? I could get the games on my PS4. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. I'm telling you, man, PlayStation is God's console. Cause if Nintendo starts making their games cross-gen because they're so concerned about the price hike and the adoption of Switch 2. And Switch 2 is doing phenomenal. I mean, hell, they sold a lot of consoles in the first year. But I think Nintendo's thinking 3-4 years out. While they had a great, huge start the first year, this price hike may not spell good things when it comes to year 2, 3, and 4. So they're going to want to take advantage of the 150 million that's out there. You can see most likely more cross-gen games for their titles. Some of their biggest titles, like the next Zelda probably won't be exclusive to Switch 2. Maybe not. But if there's any title that might not be exclusive to Switch 2, it's probably going to be Zelda and Mario. Because those games will sell tens of millions on the Switch. Like if you want Zelda to sell 40 million, it's not going to happen immediately on the Switch 2. But it will do it immediately on the Switch 1 and then even more on the Switch 2, the combined arms of Switch 1 and Switch 2 will net more software sales. That's just true. PlayStation proved it. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 combo just netted so much more game sales. It just does. I know we don't like it, and I'm not advocating for it. I really am not advocating. I think Nintendo should still keep their exclusives. But if they do decide to go cross-gen, I'm gonna clown Nintendo dudes. They're just gonna get this work. Because they talk shit, so they're gonna get the clap back. It is what it is. All those Nintendo cats saying, I don't need a PS5. Why would people get a PS5? It has no exclusives. The games are on PS4. Well, keep that same energy. When the president says, hey, we're gonna keep supporting Nintendo Switch, and you see the new Zelda and it's still on the Switch 1. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Interesting. Shout out to Donnell. Let me see the comments section because I'm going to have to reply to this tweet. Join along with me in the fun. Will you, chat? Let's see what it says. Nintendo being stuck in the past as usual. They knew the Switch 2 was set up to be a huge disappointment. My prediction, 2026 is the last year first-party titles are released on Switch 1. Starting in 2027, all first-party titles on Switch 2 exclusives. What? Switch 1 is discontinued by the end of 2028. Switch 1 software updates. Okay. They got one Switch game, one game left. I really hope not. Switch 2 is more powerful. Hallelujah. I'm not buying a Switch 2. Just imagine being able to use the Switch 1 as a Wii U gamepad for Switch 2? Is it going to be another 3DS situation where they kept supporting it? Well, times are hard. There's still a lot of people on the platform. That is true. Let me do my little quote. Does this mean a longer cross-gen cycle? Does this mean a longer cross-gen cycle? Let's see what feedback we get. What else we got? Oh, the FSR thing, right? Let me look for it. I could have sworn. So yeah, I heard about it, right? AMD announced that FSR port 4 was going down to oh man, I'm trying to find it to get this out. Oh man, I hate when this happens. But anyway, apparently Xbox Series X, Series S, and PlayStation 5 will get or may be able to get FSR 4.1. Right? Which will now talk about the AI upscaling and all that stuff. But apparently conversation is, I guess, because of Xbox Series X has a better GPU, and I'm not going to get into the technical details. I'm not going to do all that. That it might outperform the PS5 when it comes to FSR 4.1 performance. Have y'all read up on that? Have y'all been familiar with that? So now, FSR 4.1 on Xbox Series X and PS5, Xbox Series X could have the advantage in, with the performance, right? My thing is, and I'm going to be quite truthful. I'll be real truthful to you guys. I got a PS5 Pro, dog, for a reason. I ain't got to worry about that shit. Listen, you PS5 owners, I love you guys. I told you. Last December, $650. I didn't want to listen. I told you, man. But y'all didn't want to listen. I am your only friend in these YouTube streets. Why didn't you listen to me? I ain't gotta worry about that. I ain't gotta worry about FSR 4.1 on RDNA 2 GPUs or RDNA 1.5 GPUs or any of that shit. I got God's console right here, right now. PS5 Pro is the best console this gen. Period. I'm not trying to shame PS5. I'm sorry if it came out that way. I'm just saying, if FSR 4.1 gets applied to both PS5 and Xbox Series X, and somehow on the Series X there is a significant advantage of it, boy, them Xbox fanboys gonna come at y'all, dogs. They're gonna come at y'all, and I don't know how to defend y'all. I don't. It's just not shaming. It's I could defend myself in Team Pro. Team Pro, we good here. He said my PS5 better than the Pro. I got Team Pro. We Team Pro here. But if them head-to-heads, start looking like Xbox Series X got that advantage over the PS5, here's the reality. They're going to come after me. They're not really going to come after you guys. They're going to come after me. They're going to come after me, right? And I'm just going to say, I'm Team Pro. What you talking? I'm Team Pro. But they're still going to come after me. But I'm Team Pro. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But overall though, all jokes aside, props to AMD. Props for AMD for figuring out a way to get the technology to run on the first generation consoles. To me, that's just more reasons on why next gen can be delayed. We don't need new consoles in 2027. Maybe Xbox, I guess. But PlayStation 5, if PlayStation 5 gets any type of boost, even if it's not better than what Xbox Series X is doing. Let's say Xbox Series X does have better performance, does FSR 4 much better. But in its own right, if PlayStation 5 owners are getting better performance because of the adoption of FSR 4.1, come on. Like, what more is needed for us to advocate and say, you know what, we're good. We don't need a PlayStation 6 in 2027. Push that out to like 2029. We're good here. Focus on the games. Write out this whole expensive memory issue we got in the industry and readdress it later on. But if PS5 is getting some type of improvement here in 2026, 2027, then come on. We're good here. Just give us a lot of games, man. Just give us a lot of games. That's really what we're asking for. We'll be all right with the technologies. I mean, think about it. If PS5 gets a nice boost, come on, man. We're good. We are good here. We are good here, right? Microsoft, okay, I get why gamers would want a new console. Because I'll be honest, Xbox Series X gen, this Xbox Series console gen has been dog shit. That's why people left. That's why some people on the console left to PC. So I could maybe understand why they want a do-over. But it's not like the do-over is going to come cheap. It's not like Microsoft's going to give them a $500 console. They're not. That shit's going to be expensive as hell. That shit's going to be expensive. Let's see, anything else? Oh, okay, of course. Look, all right. Same topic, but look at this, man. You got to be kidding me. Always. So, Idle Sloth. AMD's FSR 4.1 will bring AI power upscaling to Xbox Series X RDNA 2 GPU, potentially PS5 Pro like upgrade in 2027. Oh my God. These guys. Compared to FSR 3.1, 4.0 offers a major leap in image quality, particularly at 1080p, 1440p, resulting in sharper, more detailed images, noticeably less ghosting, more blur. Additionally, RDNA 2.3 GPU equipped PC gamers and handheld devices like the ROG Ally X, Lenovo Legion Go, MSI Claw, and upcoming Valve Steam machine will benefit greatly. He said he added this shit right here. Oh man, these Xbox fanboys, boy. These Xbox fanboys. Yo, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's just yo, it's just crazy. You know. What's interesting, I just thought about something though. Nintendo fanboys have been going at Xbox Series S. They gave up on trying to compete with PS5. Remember in the beginning, they swore that the Switch 2 was doing something on the PS5 level. Now they realize, yeah, this shit's not even close. but they've been going at the Xbox Series S. So with this FSR 4.1, interesting. Very interesting. Oh yes, the gospel is finally spreading. See, you see what I see? See what I do? I just plant the seed, water it, and it's just let it grow. The gospel is spreading. Now more and more people are talking about the fraudulency of Alania Analytics. Alania Analytics reported Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater only sold 500,000 copies in its launch week across PS5, PC, and Xbox. Just 2 days later, Konami shared an official press release announcing 1 million copies sold, a 50% error margin. The gospel is spreading. The gospel is spreading. The world is healing. More and more people are seeing the nonsense. More and more people are seeing it. This is good. This is good. This is really good. This is really good. This is really good. This is really good. The world is healing. You know, just we can't let oh yeah. It's finally happening. See? LNE Analytics are just cosplaying as gaming industry analysts. No credibility, no history, no accuracy. This is good. This is really good. This is good. This is really good. It's happening. This is what I needed. People are now realizing the bullshit. More and more people are realizing, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, look at this. Even Chaos. Shout out to Chaos. Shit, when he realizes, right, people really need to stop using Alania. I'm not saying Oliver Dark is using them. He is actually providing examples that exposes them. Earlier, Puertorock exposed them again as they deleted all of their Silent Hill 2 data posts. Alania is just a waste of space. They have no metrics. Everything is made up and has zero credibility. The dump I take in the toilet has more analytic acumen than they do. They truly just make up everything to get clicks. Stop giving them the time of day. And if you are giving them any attention, you should be exposing them for the frauds they are. Look at that. The world is healing. You see, all it takes, I guess there's a little bit. Right? I guess there's a little bit. Hats off. Shout out to Chaos. I mean, but it's just too much truth. It's just too much truth to this. Absolutely too much truth to this. Anything else? I think that's it. I think I covered everything. Oh, Forza Horizon 6. What is that? 91 Metacritic. That one, I will say this. Forza Horizon, the franchise, have been pretty much consistently a well-reviewed, good scoring game. And they've done amazingly well on Metacritic. They've been consistent for the most part. More often than not, it gets 90 plus and stuff like that. What I find funny is the expectation that it should be nominated for Game of the Year. I think, in my opinion, Forza Horizon 6 falls under the same trope as Madden, Call of Duty, MLB, Football Club. You know, that no matter how good in a given year, whatever that game scores, it's just not going to get the votes to be among the top nominees for Game of the Year. It's just not going to get the votes. Not enough people are going to give it the vote. Especially this year. I mean, shit. Wolverine, GTA 6, Resident Evil. It's 3 off the top of it. I think it's 6 nominees. You know? So it's just gonna be funny because they're gonna, if Forza Horizon 6 does not get a nomination, oh, they're gonna come up with so many theories. The funny part is they're gonna blame um, Jeff Keighley, but he doesn't have anything to do with the voting process. He has absolutely nothing to do with that. He has no influence over that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, great day, great night, great night. I love you guys. Let me see. I think we'll go with the view activity. I'm just gonna end up the show with that. The world is healing. Alania, people are starting to see the fraudulency that they are and stuff, right? So a couple of topics. I want to say I really appreciate you guys hanging out. I hope you guys have a great weekend. If you're new to the channel, I hope you enjoyed the show and you stick around, subscribe. Everybody, please hit the like button on your way out. Gonna cut off. Man, I really want to get back to Saros, but I'm thinking I'm gonna go play. What's the game called? Cause what is it? The first Berserker? Yeah, Kazan, the first Berserker. Anybody play that? I'm gonna boot that up. I gotta go back to some of my backlog, and I heard that's a great title. So I'm gonna start playing that. But I'll be honest, I'm looking when I see the videos of Saros, I just wanna keep playing it. But I'll see you guys Tuesday. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Have fun. Oh shit. Safran says Kazan is peak. Got me excited. Can't wait. I'm looking forward to booting it up. You guys take care. Hit the like button. Share this out. And I'll see you guys Tuesday. 60 Frames Don't Like Podcast. And I might drop a video. See what's going on. All right. You guys take care. Love you guys. Thank you so much, man. Where would I be without you guys? Hope you enjoyed the show. You guys take care. Peace.